All right, folks, welcome back to another exciting episode of Fort Worth Roots. I am here with Ron Onyon. Is that correct?
It's correct.
Okay, we'll make sure we get the names right here. The details are important.
Yeah, no one ever says onion in the first try. I appreciate it.
We're having too much fun up here at CASA of Tarrant County, and I had to finally just be like, okay, we're recording. But this is it's a good group of people up here, and you were telling some interesting stories. I don't know, are we allowed to tell people how famous you are?
Yeah, not famous, but you can share it. I'm back. The healing has happened, so I'm okay with sharing some of those things.
Tell me about old man with a smartphone.
Old man with a smartphone. I came with that tag a lot of years ago just because, I'm in my 50s now, and my kids are making fun of me of like sweeping up on different things and don't know how to clear it out. So I came up with a tagline of old man with a smartphone just to post random stuff. And then, I don't know if how you want to go into the other things where I decided to try to go viral with that, to pump out some information. So,
well, people should go check it out. Are you still working on that page, trying to build up an audience?
No. I kind of so old man with a smartphone and TikTok. I think I have like 49 or 50,000 followers, nice. But I went like mildly viral a few years ago when I was on a reality show for home renovation, and now
are you not allowed to say the name?
I don't like talking about them. It's such a bad experience with them. Well, but now if you say that renovation show and look up my name, I'm on every top 5 biggest fails list.
That's so funny.
For home renovations.
And we just realized right before we started recording that Ron and I have both worked with that organization that will not be named.
Yeah.
But if you guys have been following Fort Worth Roots for a while, you probably have heard me talk about some television show that we shot.
Yeah, so you talk about your behind the scenes and how happy you were with it?
Oh, it was awful. It was an absolute nightmare. Yeah, they still owe me money, but I guess that's just how that's going to go.
Yeah, they should, and I will never see it.
How's your day going so far?
It's going good.
What have you been doing?
Just working and then excited to come in and do this. I'm always happy to kind of talk about the CASA work and the foster care work, so it's a very important. So I'm excited to do this and meet you.
So well, thank you. I'm excited to do this too. We were here some years ago, and we were talking about it, and nobody could remember how long ago it was. And I just looked it up, but no, there it is. Episode 96, Tarrant County, Third in Abuse, Jamie Hernandez with CASA of Tarrant County. Was an episode that we did back in August of 2022, and we were just blown away that it's been that long since we did anything with CASA. But this is something that Fort Worth Roots really likes to lean into. Anything related to helping our kids here in Tarrant County is something that we like to get behind and support for real. So,
aren't you supporting the clay shoot coming up? You guys be part of that?
Yeah. We're going to try to put a team together. Dustin Schneider, looking at you. Come on, man. I've invited a couple of people out, and I'm just waiting to hear back.
Have you done it before?
I've done clay shoots before. I've never done any kind of competitive or, definitely not the one. Is this, how many years have y'all been doing this?
It'll be 10th year.
Okay.
10th year. Yeah, okay. So the 10th year is getting more and more popular every single year because they do the raffles, they do the competition. People come out to kind of support it, but then also helps get the word out talking about CASA, the foster care Tarrant County. Not just that, but also even if you're not in Tarrant County, just CASA work everywhere because, every dollar, every word that's kind of talked about, it kind of does help out the kids. So it's growing, and so we're excited more people kind of showing out and, making a day of it. Even if you don't shoot, just kind of come and watch it and join the lunch and, get to know people and learn more about the program.
This is from Caitlin, and I sound like an idiot now because right here in the email it says 10th annual Pool for Kids Clay Shoot. Join us on Friday, March 6, 2026 at Defender Outdoors Clay Sports Ranch for the 10th annual Pool for Kids Clay Shoot benefiting CASA of Tarrant County. For more than 43 years, CASA has stood alongside thousands of abused and neglected children in our community. The signature event blends camaraderie, competition, and community impact, all to ensure that every vulnerable child has a consistent advocate and the hope of a safe and permanent home.
Yeah, I was asked if I was going to be showing up, but I gave the I don't know, then I got a side eye. And so after the side eye, I'm like, okay, I'll be there. I definitely don't plan on shooting, which probably turned into doing some shooting, but yeah, good.
I do okay with the shotgun.
Mm-hmm.
I'm better with a rifle, and my wife is the pistol expert.
Okay.
She actually is a handgun instructor. So,
okay. And you can't get her on your team?
It's a little. She doesn't like shotguns. It's so weird. Like I told her that I was in the market. Like I wanted to get myself a 12 gauge because it was the one thing I didn't have. I used to have one, and I let a buddy borrow it, and I never got it back.
Mm-hmm.
I probably shouldn't have said that on the air. I don't know. FBI might be looking for me.
Yeah.
Can't do that.
But with her being an instructor of it also, you figure she's like, hey, there's an opportunity. I get to actually, teach him a couple things and show her my skills off.
Well, she does that with pistols, and it's a little bit belittling as a
Yeah.
man because my wife is so much better at it than me. But I'll let her have that one. Yeah, she has no interest in anything involving a 12 gauge.
Okay.
So I had to lobby to get one, and I just kind of accepted the fact that I was never going to have a 12 gauge in the house again. And then she got me one for Christmas. So,
Nice.
but I guess I understand they have the shotguns there. You don't bring your own weapons.
Yes, you'll have the shotguns there.
I guess they're not weapons on that day. They're just sport.
It's in a sporting environment. I would never call them a weapon anyway. Depends how you use them. It's definitely a sporting activity.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause how many people own a 12 gauge?
It's Texas, so I thought everybody. I don't know. I thought I was the only one that didn't.
No, I guess it's a Texas thing, but yeah, I don't know as much about the clay shooting community. Now everyone's a gun here, which is totally cool. It's just a matter of I don't know about that.
Yeah.
'Cause I think, when I personally think about 12 gauge, I think about shooting from the hip out of the movies. I don't think it's how you're supposed to do it. So I don't think they're gonna let me do that clay shooting event.
So tell us a little bit about Ron. Like, I know you're a vet.
Yes.
You were in the United States Air Force,
I was in
correct?
Air Force. Yep, I did 4 active, 6 guard.
What did you do there?
Well, I did a couple things. So my main job was F-15 avionics,
Oh,
but then
nice.
I also on the Air Force and Armed Forces Taekwondo team.
Okay.
So I did that for a while too, where I get to. So my main thing was avionics, where it was a shopper, where I worked on radar, heads-up display, stuff like that. And then 3 to 6 months out of the year, I would actually go fight full contact, doing Taekwondo, where I got to. I fought at the '94 World Championships for military games, took a bronze medal there.
That's awesome, man.
Won a few national championships, and I was all military related. So then I went to the Air National Guard, did that. And actually, the Air Force is where I first learned about foster care system.
Really?
Yeah, believe it or not, my roommate in Japan, he's John Green, one of my closest friends. He aged out of the foster care system.
Oh, wow. That's
Yeah.
terrible, right? Those
Yeah.
are some hard stories.
It is, but with that, he told me about, just growing up, foster care families, and he actually mentioned CASAs for the very first time, and how they were like the one stable person in their life, even when he was going from like foster home to foster home until he eventually found a pretty stable foster home. But the CASAs was actually the one thing he mentioned as a really big, loved him, supported him, acted on his behalf, and yeah, he had a great thing. So, I mean, that was 1993.
Yeah.
That's when I first learned about it.
Yeah.
And so that's when I first heard. And then when I was living in Alaska, my wife and I, we just had an opportunity. We weren't able to have kids, and we became licensed foster home. And so we were foster homes for 14 years.
Oh, wow.
And then we've adopted kids to the foster care system. And just through that, we also learned about the CASAs. So we eventually came to a point in our lives where for the family and everything else, we moved on from being a licensed foster home, and the easiest way for me to transition personally was moving into CASA work. And so I did that, right away. So I've been at CASA for 3 years now.
That's
and
awesome.
it's been great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Been a good time here.
And do you have like a story about something recently that's happened with CASA that kind of brings into focus the scope and the mission of CASA?
Sure. Actually, yesterday. So one of the kids I work with, actually, I don't know. Can I say his name? His first name? Nope. Okay.
Billy, little Billy.
Yes. Joe X. He got transferred to a new high school. He was in our regional treatment center. He was in RTC. He got transferred to a new one up locally here. And I've been working with him for 3 years now. Great kid. He's 17. And so he's in a new home. And they asked me if I could be a surrogate parent. He has no family. He has parental rights are terminated. There's
we need to scrub that.
no.
Oh.
She's seen me before.
Okay.
So I get very excited about this.
Yeah.
All right. So he has nobody.
Yeah.
And
Take your time, man.
okay, I'm cool. So he has nobody. There's no family. I mean, his siblings were all in foster care, and they're spread out everywhere. Don't know where they're at. He has no grandparents, nobody. So I'm a surrogate parent for his education system. So I work with the school in Tarrant County, and we put him on a special education program to make sure he gets everything he needs in just the education part. And so yesterday we set him up with all the things he needs for the classes he's failing, because what happens with a lot of kids in foster care when they're bouncing around, he's a couple years behind academically. He's doing nothing wrong.
Yeah.
It's just when you have to move to a new place. So one of the things, with being a CASA, you act with the children's best interest in the courts and work with their caseworkers, work with legal advocates, and also the education advocate. And so I'm there with his high school trying to make sure that he's set up to succeed so he can graduate on time, because there's a lot of kids in foster care that they drop out of high school, they age out, and they're the first ones that are, I always say first ones, there's a higher percentage than other kids that are homeless and in jail afterwards. So we're trying to do everything we can to set them up. So story from yesterday is, I met with this high school and met with all of his teachers, and we set him up in an education plan so he'd be successful and hopefully graduate on time or maybe a year late.
Yeah. Just get him on the right track.
Yeah.
So maybe for our listeners, it would be really beneficial for them to hear, CASA's always looking for people like you.
Yes.
That have the heart for this kind of work, volunteers. Mm-hmm. And I know periodically I think this room right over here, y'all invite people in to hear about CASA and then run them through the training program to kind of get the credentials they need to be a CASA?
Yes. So that's what they have here, but more than just needing more CASAs, because we need more CASAs, and if you don't know if you should be, you should, because think about every single variety of kid that's in foster care.
Yeah.
You're going to match up with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And then even if you have some things where it's like, no, I'm not comfortable with special needs, I'm not special with this, I'm not comfortable with this, there's a kid there that'll match what you're comfortable with.
Yeah.
And so on top of needing more people to do be CASAs, we need more people to talk about it and know about it. I would have never known about it if it wasn't for my roommate in 1993.
Right.
And I've never heard up to that point. We need more people just to donate, to talk about it, to share it on Facebook, because as word gets out, then you get more volunteers and the more of the donations. Like, so for Christmas, almost said his name. This is where you kind of forget how little these kids have in foster care. So the average 17-year-old, let's think about this.
Take your time. Yeah, no problem.
No, I blame you.
I did this.
You did do this. Which, I mean,
we got to talk about it, though, right?
Well, it is. I've
Get
tried to
the
have
word
a
out.
tough exterior, but you still look very caring down to the core.
Yeah.
And it's very important for these kids. So the average kid, when they're teenagers, they have their smartphones or games, stuff like that. He's 17. He's asking for a portable DVD player.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
He has no phone. Nobody.
I got you. Yeah, there's a lot of things
There we
that
go.
a normal 17-year-old would already have.
Yes.
Dozens of old phones sitting around, tablets, things like that, and he's asking for tech that was in the very first Fast and the Furious movie. Wasn't that what they were trying to steal out of the back of a truck? Was like an old DVD player.
DVDs, yeah. And so that was it with some of the donations here too. Is got him a portable DVD player, and then got him a few DVDs. And every time I visit him, I'm usually stopping at Goodwill or somewhere else, or estate sales and yard sales, grab more DVDs. I mean, they're $1 a pop, and he's super excited. That's his own personal entertainment system.
Yeah.
And so that's the important part of doing everything you can with either being a CASA, donating, or just sharing the word about it so somebody else kind of gets inspired.
Right. I'm just trying to make sure I've got my head wrapped around this, and I'm beating the dead horse. But so there's a child, they're in foster care, so they're housed, they have a family living there with them, and the CASA is supplemental to that to make sure that their individual needs are getting met.
Yes, so we can go to the court and acting as like their representative, because even though they're in foster care, it doesn't necessarily mean they have a family that they're going to be going back to. Like the one I'm working with, all the parental rights are terminated, so there's no family.
Yeah.
Okay, and then but there are kids that might be going back to the family, but there still be CASAs assigned to them to make sure that you're working with a caseworker, because caseworkers with this state, I mean, they have tons of cases. We get one, maybe two kids, depending on our schedule and our availability.
Sure.
And so we can focus more time on, I've done outreach to people I thought might be family members for the kids. I've actually done a little more research here and there that the average caseworker, not that they can't, but they're so overwhelmed that I'm here to take some things off their plate, so I can still do what's in the best interest of the kids. Plus, the kid I work with, he calls me on the phone like 3-4 times a week just to see what I'm having for dinner, tell me what he had for dinner, and just kind of like talk. And so I'm another constant. But for what we do is, you represent with them in the court, the education system, their caseworkers, and you're that adult voice, because they don't know.
Yeah.
And then they need somebody neutral that's going to be the seeing all pieces and acting what's in their best interest.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's getting them back to their family if they do have families to go back to. Other times it's keeping a foster kid system. And sometimes you get to be there when they're adopted.
Yeah. Yeah. And what a powerful thing, too, because I can't imagine growing up without some mentorship. And so that's another big gap that you get to fill as a CASA.
Yeah.
That's excellent.
You don't think you're necessarily, because there's all ages in there. Now, I've been working with mainly teenagers since I've been a CASA, but there's the CASAs that work with like infants, younger kids. And so there's the whole ranges and the different types of like mentorship you could do. Now, since I've been volunteering mostly with teenagers, it's definitely a different beast. And I don't want to say a beast is in a bad way. It's just, the teenager stuff.
Right.
So,
yeah.
They don't know who to talk to, and sometimes, and it also gives them that normalcy that they don't get, and also the real talk. Like, he'll call me and he'll be like, regular families are like Disneyland. I'm like, no, kids get grounded. You got in trouble. You unfortunately got what you deserve. Don't swear. Don't do this. You wouldn't be going in this in any family. So that reality also is sometimes a check they need too.
Just one statistic that really burned in my mind, sitting down with Jamie all the way back in 22, and maybe somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but the statistics for kids that age out of foster care they're rough. But one of the roughest statistics I think that Jamie brought up, maybe in that last recording or something I heard on the sideline, but 17 is when they age out, right?
18. But it could be extended to 19 if they're in high school and there's other things they have to sign and do. But yeah, that's
apparently a female that ages out of foster care has is it 90% chance of being a mother within the first 9 months? It was something insane. Whatever the statistic was, it was like 80 or 90%, and that right there it kind of just unfurled the entire idea for me. Like, well, of course, like you you have no direction.
Yeah.
And whether it's a little boy or a girl, or becoming an adult, I guess, but with no guidance, nowhere to go, good luck, you're on your own. You need somebody in your corner.
Yeah. I mean, in the foster homes and the regional treatment centers are doing a great job, and they're doing everything they can, but it's not the same as like
having a family,
having that person you really connect with, that you can kind to. And that's one good thing that has happened with me as a CASA is the kid I work with, he will call me up and just kind of like share stuff with me that he won't share with everyone else.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always happen, but building those relationships, and that goes a long way. There's that trust goes, because he knows I'm there in his best interest. I'm not there to judge. So he's shared stuff where he's definitely uncomfortable with, and I'm not there to judge either. So, but with those kind of stats, it's bad. And the same thing when they age out. What the stats are with that thing is like a quarter of them are homeless right after they age out, or anything. It's like 25% are also in jail, and that's especially. The numbers are bigger when they don't have any type of guidance or mentorship. Right. When they don't have like a CASA or a foster home, or they're not being adopted or going to a family to go to. Because what do? You're right. Kind of like this kid. He's never played with a smartphone, and now you're going to send him off. He's at only portable DVD players and say, here's AI, here's an iPhone, here's this. Good luck.
He's have no idea.
No.
Somebody's going to say something like, well, to review your pay stub, just download this app and...
Yeah.
He's going to be like, what?
All right. Another thing is, no, he's asked me for a phone. I'm like, oh, no. I got to be realistic, but yeah. It's just because, there's also rules that CASAs have to stay within with what we do.
Yeah.
But, I'd love to see him personally be adopted.
Yeah.
But he's 17 now, so the reality of that is we're doing a transition plan for when he ends up becoming 18, and his goal is actually joining the Army.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hoorah.
I'm Air Force. I did my best to talk him into the Air Force.
As you should have. And anybody out there that's wanting to get in the military, you want to try to get in the Air Force.
Yeah. But it's part of the reason he picked the Army. He's also heard that with the Army, there's a lot of camaraderie in some of the jobs you do in there.
For sure.
Especially because he actually wants to be infantry.
It's because it sucks so bad, you have no choice but to really become cohesive,
right.
Like
another tight family union. I have a lot of like military friends I'm very tight with, but I've also known some close friends that were Marine Corps and Army, and they have like a definitely deeper relationship with their military friends. So I think that's what he's looking for.
Well, there's plenty of options for him in the Army. I think the Army has like the most everything, including the most jobs, different MOSs and things like that. So should be a good fit for him. Why not?
They have the third best looking uniforms, but yeah.
What's number one would be Air Force?
Air Force, Marine Corps, Army.
I give the Marines number one. They got the best uniforms.
It all depends. I don't know. Everyone loves blue.
Didn't the Army just went back to like World War II looking uniforms for their Class A's, I think.
Really?
I think I
That'd be
saw
pretty
something
cool.
the other day, and I was like, is that the new uniform?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to wear that.
Yeah. Navy class is actually pretty nice too. But Marine Corps is usually the most gaudy. And I know there's going to be Marine Corps we're talking about, but they love their big, bold colors because they have big, bold personalities and big, bold toughness too because they do some cool stuff.
and they wear their uniforms to every function, so
Yes.
it makes sense that they'd have the best ones.
Oh
I
yeah.
think.
So when I was on the Armed Forces Taekwondo team, I was the only Air Force guy on it in 1994. So we had mostly Army, we had a couple of Navy, one Marine Corps, and I was the only Air Force. And then when we are issued our sports gear, and so mine was blue and white, pretty subtle, and then Army always had their cool Army stuff. Navies look cool, and then of course the Marine Corps was bright red and gold. I mean, it was like the gaudiest thing. You needed sunglasses on,
Looking like a Power Ranger.
oh my god! And my father. So I gotta say this: my father is a Marine Corps veteran. He did 2 tours of Vietnam, and then when he was coming out to watch me fight, he saw that uniform, and he was like, "Oh, that is beautiful." I'm like, "That's the ugliest thing I've seen." He's like, "No, those are some beautiful Marine Corps colors. I love it." He was over there talking to him the whole time, trying to see if he'd talk him out of like a hat or a shirt or a jacket. I was like,
Come on, Devil Dog, give me a hat.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Does the Air Force and the military in general, do they still have that Taekwondo type martial arts?
It's been phased out actually because
I thought so, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of moved on to other things. It was a great time in its heyday because it's an Olympic sport, and so a lot of people in the World Class Athlete program as you kind of built up, and there's been some great athletes in the Armed Forces program that have gotten really close and gone to like Olympic trials, U.S. Nationals, and I got to get beat up by some of the best fighters in the world, so it was really good.
That's a thing.
Yeah, something cool to say about. But it started getting phased out just because. Other things kind of evolve. Boxing was a thing.
I think you really
UFC's
need
kind of killed it.
You really need it.
Yeah.
Because if you give those soldiers just base level competency on how to handle your body in an aggressive situation, you're gonna do better.
Yeah. Oh, and the confidence goes along with that.
That's exactly right.
The military still offers that kind of stuff with hand-to-hand combat and training, but jiu-jitsu is coming more into play with that one now, and which is great. I mean, I'm wrong because actually now, as much as I officially stopped doing Taekwondo back in 2008, and my youngest son, Ethan, I can say his name. He's 8. He's fine. He started jiu-jitsu at Tension Tribe about a year ago, and he's been begging me to do it, so I started last week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I haven't done any martial art since 2008, but I have 30 plus years under my belt, and so yeah.
Any injuries yet?
Not yet. It's actually
Okay.
kind of nice. I've actually enjoyed no injuries, and I enjoy being brand new at something.
I went through Army combatives back in 2005, and I don't think they do this anymore. But
Okay.
it was serious. Like they were there was a fresh push to get everybody on board with this combatives training, and I really enjoyed it.
Oh, so you're in the Army?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
yeah.
that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You said that.
Well, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know if I just right out said it or I just assumed you knew. I don't.
Yeah, well, it's like, oh, he walks a certain way. Army.
I
He did
walk
bang
with a limp. Yeah.
You did bang your head on the wall on purpose to get warmed up for this.
Well, anyway, the reason
Yeah.
I brought that up was to say, I enjoyed the combatives, and I got out of the Army, didn't do combatives or any kind of mixed martial arts after that. And just recently, maybe within the last 2 or 3 years, I've got friends coming up to me like, you should really come try out our gym. And, I've heard you say you liked combatives and maybe you could get back into it. And I'm thinking, I'm 40.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to roll with a 19-year-old that's trying to murder somebody.
Yeah.
Because that's a recipe for disaster, right? That's an ACL. That's a
No.
torn rotator cuff. That's
Well, before I finally gave in to my son to do this, I thought the same exact thing because you have that natural competitive drive, but like with when you do striking combat sports, you can't go full contact all the time because you're going to get injured. I mean, you're going to bang knees, you're going to bang shins, you're going to do that, and so it gets old really quick. You can actually go 100% against not the ego 20-year-olds, but
Right.
against like other age appropriate people, and go 100% not get hurt. So
Right,
I'm 52. And I got back into it because I had a heart attack 2 years ago,
Okay.
and so I needed to do something with my cardio and kind of keep going. And I tried to just lift weights to stay pretty, but I need a little bit more than that.
52 and after a heart attack, you look like you're doing great.
Yeah,
So.
I work really hard, and I have a million injuries and like 11 surgeries.
Oh my God.
So actually being active is medicine.
Yeah.
So I just
100%.
started, and then so I started at Tension Tribe, and then when I started with that, I let them know my injuries, like 4 back surgeries, this and that, and then and also the heart attack, and they're like, yeah, they just give me more breaks. I go with other
Your doctor cool with this?
He tried to get me into water aerobics. No, I'm not lying. He actually
That's
is
what
like,
the blue-haired ladies in
Yes.
the swimming pool, right?
yeah, I know I'm going gray, but he's going a little faster. I was like, he was really pushing water aerobics.
Yeah.
And so finally, the cardiologist said, yeah, go ahead and do jiu-jitsu. Just make sure you take breaks, watch the pressure. He actually said, don't do no gi because there's a lot more slamming and putting people on top of each other and do more body pressure.
Don't do the gi.
Don't go without.
Oh, okay.
Without, just because it gets more wrestling and it'd be more throwing. That's what he said. So I have no problem with just doing only gi only. So yeah. I'm 2 weeks in with gi only, and yeah,
Okay.
I am so quick to tap.
Yeah.
And I'm very
Got
quick.
me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm so quick to take extra breaks.
Yeah.
Because one time they're like, "Oh, Ron's new. He doesn't need a break." I'm like, opposite. Ron's new. He needs extra breaks. I whine a lot.
So I'll have to check back with you March 6th, right?
Yes.
March 6th and see if you've sustained any injuries because we're both going to be at the clay shoot,
Yes,
right?
I'll be there.
Now, who's going to be on your team?
I haven't got that far yet because I
Okay.
got the side eye about just showing up.
Okay.
And then I did ask if I shoot from the hip. They're like, no, it's not safe. So I might be just going there for the food and company.
Okay, I'm sure that's fine.
Yeah. But if you don't have anybody on your team, I can, as long as you don't want anybody
Maybe
good,
we should combine. We should combine teams. Maybe I don't know if that's. Maybe we could do that.
I could do that.
If we're having trouble finding people,
Yeah.
I'd be on your team. But yeah, that'll be great. And this is again an interesting way for CASA to derive some more funding for
Yes.
a great cause. And we'll have all the links in the description so that people can find more information on this. And I'll make sure that we didn't miss anything. We might have somebody else sit down for a minute, maybe. Okay.
I really appreciate you coming out and doing this because it's important work to get this word out.
It really is.
It
And
means a lot you do
I'm
this.
embarrassed that it's been nearly 4 years since we've sat down and done something with CASA, and we will not repeat that mistake again. So, but yeah, looking forward to the clay shoot, and we'll see you there.
Okay. Thank you for your service.
Ron, thank you for your service. Is there anything that we can kind of tell folks before we get you out of here? Is there something, website, or do you want them to follow you on social media? Or
Don't follow me on social media. I think I'm hilarious, but my kids don't. And no, just go to the Tarrant County CASA website and you'll find all information you can. If you're not sure if you want to volunteer or not, talk to somebody else about it. Maybe they want to volunteer, or maybe they want to donate. Maybe want to just get the word out. Just be aggressive with that. It goes a long way.
Yeah, and Fort Worth Roots will do a better job of making sure that we've got an eye on this, so we can always help you guys promote stuff. But our social media is always open to you guys. So if there's something you want us to help promote, just tag us in it, and we'll throw it up on our
Awesome.
our social media. So, all right, Ron,
Okay.
I'll get you out of here, and folks, stay tuned for just a moment. We're going to have one more guest on.
Great.
Here we go. We're with Matthew Lopez, correct?
Yeah. Hi.
Okay. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Thanks.
We were trying to decide who else to sit in the hot seat to talk about. Let me make sure. Is this thing in frame? Yeah. Okay. Wanted to make sure we covered all the details.
Okay.
What do you got for us?
Well, we've got a wonderful flyer here, nice and colorful, lots of information. So I'm going to get the opportunity to read and not look at this, right?
Okay. You can look at it. Totally look at it.
Okay, good.
Well, I'll get you started up. How can people register to be on a team for the clay shoot this coming March 6th?
Okay, so the best thing to do is to go to casaclayshoot.org.
Okay.
And they can register their team there. They can register as an individual or as a team of 4.
Okay.
And then we also have opportunity for first responders. First responders, they can have a team that could be sponsored.
Okay.
And that sponsorship let them get up there and just have a lot of fun.
Carrying the name of their sponsor who could pay for their entry into the
Yep.
shoot.
Mhm.
Okay. And then also I think somebody mentioned even if people want to get involved with the clay shoot, but they're not going to be able to make it out, or they don't have any interest in actually participating in the shooting part.
Oh, there's wonderful time. They can actually do and get involved without attending.
Okay.
They can go to the same website,
Mhm.
CASA clayshoot.org, and they can make a donation. They can participate in a raffle. They can even sponsor a first responder team.
Excellent, excellent. And then what was the whispering about first responders coming out? They get their own division or something like that?
They do get their own division. They get the spotlight. We recognize our first responders, and we love them. We want them out there. They do so much for our community.
Absolutely. Okay. Good deal. Well, Matthew, thank you so much. Do you got anything else for the folks before we get out of here?
Oh, yes. If I didn't mention it, I think I might have, but raffle.
Mm-hmm.
They can participate in the raffle. Even if they just show up, they can come and purchase raffle tickets there. And it's also going to be a limited time, so they'll find that information on the same website.
Do you know what's up for grabs?
Oh, there's a lot of good things. There's usually some really nice shooting packages,
Okay.
hunting packages. Sometimes there's even back porch packages where they can have some nice furniture, maybe even a fireplace added to their fire pit added to their back porch.
Okay. And
Sometimes.
I don't know if we've even mentioned this, but it's all going down at Defender Outdoor clay
Defender
shooting
Outdoors,
range.
yes.
Is that right?
Defender Outdoor clay shooting range in Benbrook. They are a great sponsor. They love us. We love them. They've been a great help.
Excellent. Excellent. All right, folks, if you didn't write down all this information, look in the show notes. We'll have it there for you. And Matthew, thank you so much for your time.
Hey, thanks for asking me.
And Fort Worth Roots is always here for you guys. Anything we can do to help. So,
Thank you.
Are you going to be out there May 6th? March 6th?
I'll definitely be out there.
Okay.
And I might even have a story for everybody out there.
A story.
Yeah. Talking about how the kids make connection with parents and how we need volunteers.
Okay, so you'll be speaking.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll be looking for you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us for this episode of Fort Worth Roots, and we'll see you for the next one.